So tell me how the joint venture concept worked.
We've always been interested in the idea that there must be something between a project home and an architect-designed home, a kind of middle ground that would use the processes of a project home to keep the costs down, but would have all the values and the qualities of a design of an architect-designed home. And so we went looking for a builder who could work with us to develop a house that would sit in that middle ground.
Why do you think this particular home, the Logic, works so well?
It's got three things going for it. It's a very flexible house. It can be organised and assembled in lots of different ways. It's very sustainable. It's got everything that we've ever learned about sustainability in it. And because of the structure of how we're building it, the costing is the most efficient that we can get for a really good quality home.
Is this a one-off, or are there others in the range?
This is the biggest version of the house of a multitude of houses. There's no limit to the way in which we can combine these modules in single stories and double stories, split levels, lots of different orientations. We can accommodate almost any block of land.
This is a wonderful home for people who love the outdoors. There are so many courtyards. Why are there four?
The core of the house is a kitchen, and behind that are laundry and service rooms. And that sits at the centre of the site. And then there are four pavilions in the four corners, and between that the four courtyards. So you can orient it any way you like, on almost any block of land, and you can put the living courtyard to the north or the northeast for good sunshine. You can put the service courtyard faced away from the street where no one can see it. You can have a garden in the private part of the rear of the block of land. It can be adapted to suit almost any site, but you still get the same living features, this indoor-outdoor relationship from the kitchen to the living area to the garden and so on. It gives the indoor-outdoor lifestyle that all Australians are really looking for.
When we talk about a sustainable home, this one really does meet the criteria. What are the main sustainable features?
Well, we're always working on three things. The energy, obviously we're trying to lower that, and we're doing all the usual things you would do. With water, we're trying to reduce down water usage, and of course we meet all the basics requirements. And with construction, we're using a hybrid form with heavyweight construction downstairs, well insulated, as well as lightweight upstairs. And because we're using the matrix, we've got this double layer, so we get the extra layer of insulation, which will keep the whole house cool in summer and warmer in winter.
And the cost tone. Surely with all the bells and whistles, this is going to have a hefty price tag.
Well, as I said, the thing is to get a house in the middle range. Yes, it's more expensive than a project home, but it's much better built and it's got much better design features to it. But it's still half the price of an architect-designed home. And it's always been a shock to me that when people come to us and say, we'd like a home, we want an architecturally designed home, but their budgets are nowhere near what most architects would charge, $4,000 a square metre or more. And so these are under $2,000 a square metre, so it's half the price. Yes, it's more expensive than a project home, but we think it represents, absolutely the best value for design.